Thank you.
Senator Larsen is next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a question for Chief Muir. Mr. Chairman and Chief Muir, I didn't mean to ambush you, but you made yourself available, and it's nice to see you here. The chief is my chief. My question is about the number of witnesses today who've testified about regulation, both opponents and proponents of this bill. And as a person that I know has been heavily invested in trying to sort all this out in my community, I wonder if you could tell me or speak to the fact that the regulatory side of this and the enforcement side of it has become, as Senator Jentz inferred, kind of a nightmare. So could you tell us from your experience what that's like trying to enforce the current law?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman, Senator Larsen. Quite frankly, the regulatory aspect of medicinal marijuana has been a quagmire. It has been, as I alluded to before, a catastrophe of the magnitude of an oil spill, and that until we can get a control on that, to begin to, I mean, all we've been doing at this point is the mop-up efforts that you've seen emulated in the oil spill on the Gulf Coast. And until we can actually shut that down, and until we can reapproach this with a completely new mindset, understanding the failings that were in place when this was first brought forward legitimately by the voters who voted for it, thinking that they were going to help people with significant health issues. And you've heard today, and I understand that every one of you has a very difficult decision to make. And my recommendation, hopefully we can find some way, if we can't repeal, that we can move forward, but it will undoubtedly be very difficult. We have had controls, regulatory controls in place for prescription drugs for over 90 years. And there is diversion that exists today in the prescription drug field, okay? And it's killing more than 300 people in this state every year. I'm not standing here telling you that medical marijuana is killing people, but it is an intoxicating pollutant in our society, and we need to take steps to address it.
One follow-up, Mr. Chairman.
Follow-up?
It's for you again, Chief. You heard County Attorney speak a few minutes ago, and I wonder if you could kind of emphasize or restate what your experience has been with our county attorney in Missoula County with respect to the confusion about medical marijuana.
Well, our situation in Missoula, of course, has been even confounded further by the presence of another voter initiative in Missoula called Initiative 2, which has essentially tied the hands of our county attorney's office in being able to prosecute any level of marijuana infractions. I will tell you that we have begun moving forward, and we've recently had cases filed, for instance, where we're going after the fraud side of things. Just like the revenuers did in terms of prohibition, if we can't go after them on the basis that it's breaking this particular law, then we're going to have to approach it from breaking other laws. And we've got a lot of lawbreakers in Missoula that are doing just that. They're skirting the loopholes in the laws that exist in today's regulations.
Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.